Support for the Leadoff on WGLT and WGLT.org comes from the Central Illinois Regional Airport, offering seasonal nonstop service to Denver. Outdoor concerts, hiking, and more activities in the Mile High City are one flight away on Frontier Airlines. Close, convenient, Sierra. More at CIRA.com.
An express bus service could connect Bloomington-Normal and Peoria. That's one of the things you need to know to start your day for Monday, July 8th. I'm Ryan Denham, and this is WGLT's The Leadoff. Now let's lead off with the Illinois Department of Transportation wanting to know if an express bus service between Bloomington-Normal and Peoria is a realistic prospect. Tim Shelley from our partner station, WCBU, has more.
A $1.2 million federal grant will allow IDOT to study the feasibility of connecting the two communities via public transit along the I-74 corridor. Rima Abia-Carr is a senior planner with the Tri-County Regional Planning Commission, which isn't directly involved with this study. She notes that though Peoria is advocating for its own passenger rail route to Chicago, Normal currently has the closest available Amtrak link.
So any sort of study that can show us different options for how we can move forward, give folks more accessibility to public transportation, it's only a good thing.
The envisioned route would likely provide new links to major regional employers like Caterpillar, Rivian, and OSF Healthcare. Abia-Carr says the study is also looking at bringing bus service to Morton and Goodfield, communities that currently lack public transit options.
So that would fill a really important gap. So it's hard to understand what is lacking until you actually fill a gap.
The study is set to begin in late 2025 and take around 2 years to complete. I'm Tim Shelley.
Here's some other stories we're following in the WGLT newsroom. 4 McLean County communities have been added to the Illinois Department of Public Health's newly expanded list of zip codes considered high risk for lead exposure. They are Hayworth, Leroy, Lexington, and Towanda. That list also includes Bloomington's 61701. Authorities are investigating a crash over the extended holiday weekend that killed an 8-year-old boy. It happened Wednesday night on Interstate 74 between Downs and Bloomington. And high school students in Illinois will start taking the ACT exam next spring when schools administer their annual state assessments. The state is switching away from the SAT exam, which schools have used since the spring of 2017. You can find more on these stories at WGLT.org. Democratic Congressman Eric Sorensen says President Biden's poor performance in a debate against Donald Trump might make his own re-election efforts more difficult. But in this interview with WGLT's Charlie Schlenker, Sorensen downplayed the importance of Biden's performance.
I can tell you that, 22 years of working every day on live television for years, for hours at a day, years and years and years, there were times I didn't have a good day. But it does raise serious questions today. And one of the things that I go about this today, and I've gone about this every day, is I listen to the people in this community. I listen to the people in every community in my district. But also understanding that my job as the representative is independent of whomever is in the White House. I'm here today bringing tax dollars back home. Yesterday, I spent 2 hours at a Veterans Outreach Center listening to veterans. I don't pay attention to what the pundits are talking about politically because it has zero impact on my job.
So what are your constituents saying about President Biden's performance, and what are your concerns?
Right. And I think they're evenly split. But what I do talk back when I talk with them, it's that, I will tell you that President Joe Biden came to this district. He came to this district last year in a non-election year. He came here because we're rebuilding the Belvedere Chrysler plant near Rockford. Instead of 700 employees, there's going to be 5,000. I talk to people about what the Inflation Reduction Act means to jobs, what the bipartisan infrastructure law does. These are important things that are having an impact on people today. I don't think the people here need to understand or where my opinion is, because you know what? I didn't watch the debate. It wasn't going to change my mind. I had a young person ask me, well, why didn't that change your mind? And I said, well, I can either vote for the nice guy or I can vote for the jerk. I didn't tell him who I was voting for. He already knew. We do need to make sure that Donald Trump does not get back to the White House again, just because of what happened, between 2017 and what culminated on January 6th. And we have to make sure that doesn't happen again. I want whomever is going to be strongest to be in the position to be able to take that presidency. A lot of what I say is going to depend on what the people tell me I should advocate.
How will the president's performance in that session affect down-ballot fundraising, your fundraising?
I'll tell you the story. I was at the Jewel in East Moline 2 weeks ago. I had a lady come up to me and, I was dressed in shorts and a t-shirt, which is the way I normally dress. And she goes, "Are you the congressman?" I said, "Yes, I am." And I shook her hand. She goes, "My name's Melissa, and I'm a supporter of Donald J. Trump." Okay. And we had a great conversation about making sure that, our troops are supported. Making sure that she understands that I support the Farm Bill. That I was one of only 4 Democrats to vote for the Farm Bill because I believe that we do need bipartisanship here. And that I support our veterans, and I'm doing as much as I can in Congress to support our veterans. To make a long story short, in the end she said, "You know what, Congressman, I think I'm going to vote for you." And so there are Donald Trump, Eric Sorensen voters out there. It's not my job to persuade her one way or the other, because I didn't come to Congress with a background in politics, and I'm not going to play it today.
It would make your job easier, though, if a Democrat were in the White House, and with that frame of reference, do you think President Biden should withdraw?
No, I think it would make my job easier. If we didn't have that Thursday night debate performance where now people are questioning, his legitimacy. But I look back at, in the past, all of the things that he's been able to do, or the fact that, we've got road projects that are taking place today. We're on the other side of the pandemic where we've got inflation under control, where hopefully we continue to see interest rates going down. I want those successes to get home here to the people, and I'll support the person that's going to do that.
That was Democratic Congressman Eric Sorensen, who represents parts of Bloomington-Normal. He spoke with Charlie Schlenker. And before we let you go, the Bloomington City Council meets tonight at 6. That's at the Government Center downtown. That's it for today. I'm Ryan Denham. The show is produced by Lou Warner. You can subscribe to the Leadoff on the NPR app or wherever you get your podcasts.